Hey guys, thanks here. This is going to be another replay of a challenge mission called the Opening Gambit, where you have to train a certain amount of units before the time expires. For gold, you need to have 4 minutes remaining on the clock. So I'm opening this video showing you how to fail one ghost short. I was literally one ghost short, and I was literally 6 seconds, 6 seconds short. So I click try again, and this time I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to be playing a lot better. This this is like my third attempt, as you can see here on the replay bar. It's like 30 minutes in, so this is going to be my third attempt. My first attempt, I actually don't play Terran on the internet, like on a League or anything, so I don't really know how to play Terran. I'm a Protoss player, so if this was a Protoss challenge, I would be acing it, but Terran I'm not too familiar with, so this took me 2 attempts to get. But um, it's relatively easy. You don't really need like a super tight build order. You just need to make sure that you're keeping your minerals and your gas down, and that you get this expansion as soon as you can, as soon as you feel comfortable getting it. So just as in any multiplayer game, you're gonna want to be building workers right away. I'm actually doing a 10 barracks here, which I feel might have been a little too early. Um, I don't know if I would build a couple more CVs first, but the first couple attempts when I did this, I actually got Zerglings before I had a Marine um, ready because I built barracks at like 13 or 12. So I felt okay. Well, I'm gonna do it at 10 this time. I'm gonna have a Marine ready to defend my wall off. You want to get gas relatively quick, just like in any multiplayer game, because you want to make sure that you can drop a factory down and start churning out tanks. Once you have tanks and you position them on this ledge over here, this entire defense becomes super trivial, and you can basically just focus on macroing up an army and building more SCVs and building more units, and yeah, it just becomes really easy. So it shows to wall off over here, but that's an awful idea because you're gonna want to build an expansion over here, and you're gonna want to wall off right here so that when mobs come, they come all the way down here. You actually have um, a wall off for your expansion, not just your main base. So positioning my SCV over here so that I can repair while I'm training another Marine. I should be transferring some SCVs. Oh, I was sorry. I was morphing this and building more SCVs. I'm microing a little too much here with my Marine. Make sure that you morph this relatively quick, right after you build your barracks, because you're gonna want to be using that mule to bring up your mineral count up pretty high. Uh, since you have to build tanks and ghosts, and you also want to research siege mode, you want to get as much gas as possible pretty quickly. Obviously, I'm not doing this here. I have downs or something, and I only have one SCV on this refinery, and I'm gonna have a second SCV on this refinery. So, yeah. Oh, it looks like I'm actually transferring some SCVs over, so that's good. So yeah, drop a factory. Um, Start building a second command center pretty quickly. As you can see, I started this probably at around 20. You can probably start a little bit later, but I highly recommend that you get this done as fast as possible, because it not only gives you a second mule, uh, but you also get these two Vespine geysers, and they're pretty important because ghosts are pretty gas intensive. So as you can see here, I have 3 SCVs now per refinery, and I'm gonna have a few more here. In the meantime, building a reactor on this barracks. I'm gonna be using this barracks primarily to train Marines, and that's pretty much it. Since you can't really train anything else, you can only do Ghost and Marine. So this is my first. This is the second wave. I'm actually gonna lose this supply depot, which is really poor play. I don't have an SCV here. This SCV is not gonna make it in time. Yeah, and these roaches are just totally, putting me setting me back. Um, Now my SCV can't build there because of this reactor that's in the way. I don't think it could even repair that now that the reactor is in the way. I don't know. So I'm building a supply depot here instead, and I'm gonna drop a bunker right here, and I think a bunker right here, something like that. Um, yeah, so researching siege mode, making some tanks, dropping a couple more supply depots to make sure that I'm not supply locked, because my income's gonna be taking off here because I have my second expansion finished, and as you can see, I have them both queued to 4, so I have both these orbital commands. So I have them. I'm gonna be just pressing 4 and E and dropping mules on some minerals. It doesn't really matter in this challenge whether you drop them on your base or your natural expansion. I don't know what these SCVs are doing. They're slacking. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is another barracks going down. This another barracks is going to be used for ghosts only. I'm going to be doing a tech lab on that barracks, building another gas. Got a tank here. This SCV is actually, it's good that he's here. He's going to be repairing this. And you want to have an SCV here at all times, preferably maybe even 2 SCVs. Because as you can see here, like my splash damage from my tank is obliterating my supply depot. So you want to make sure that you don't lose any of this, like I did with this supply depot here. Um, yeah, so building another tech lab. I'm going to be building a Ghost Academy here with this SCV. Um, this probably should have come a little sooner. Actually, I don't have that many resources, but it should have come a little sooner. Um, I'm churning out tanks, trying to get my quota of 8 tanks. And also a good thing is to have these tanks here because the splash damage that they do is incredible. It's so good. Look at these Zerglings. Like everything here basically died before it even got to my base. Now, I like to just say that all you need to do is you need to train Marines. You don't need to actually have Marines. So as you can see here, I only have 5 Marines, but it says I've trained 11. That's because you only need to train. You don't need to actually own those Marines. If you did, that actually probably wouldn't be too difficult to, because you could just build a bunker here and drop these Marines in instead of having these siege tanks. But yeah, make sure that you're churning out Marines. You need 30, and as you can see here, I only have 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, and that's actually 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So yeah, building ghosts. I am actually running kind of low on gas. I do have 3 SCVs per refinery here and 3 SCVs per refinery here. I keep building supply depots. They're queued up. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's queued up to eat some minerals and then build a supply depot. But anyway, yeah, make sure that you're churning out some siege tanks and keeping your resources down. It's really important. If you keep your resources down and you're building one of these 3 units, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be in good shape. So I have 6 siege tanks, 17 Marines, and 2 ghosts. And previously, in the previous replay, ghosts gave me the most trouble because I didn't have enough gas. But I'm really good at spending my resources. As you can see, I'm keeping them really low this time. So I'm definitely gonna make it this time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be casting this replay. But yeah, just keep your resources down. That's all I can say. As long as you wall off correctly, you should be fine. I'm actually using some of my ghosts to snipe this Ultralisk. It's 45 damage. And if you have, I have 3 ghosts, and you can just spam snipe, 25 energy. That's a lot of damage. It adds up with the siege damage from these tanks, of which I have 8 now, so I've met my quota. That's going to be a lot of damage. So you can see here I have 1 minute and 20 seconds left until my gold expires. So I want to be building more ghosts. I need 2 more ghosts. So I have 2 ghosts queued up here. And then I need to be building Marines. These Marines, I have 55 seconds left. So these Marines are not going to be done quickly enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm queuing up Marines over here. I'm even building another barracks. I don't know. That's kind of pointless. But I've slowed down with my production. As you can see here, I'm not building any more tanks, so I'm getting more minerals and more gas than I need. Got my ghosts, and now I'm building these marines. I'm at 27 marines, gonna be 28, 29, or 28, 29, and there you go. So I had 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. All right. Well, that's that. Good luck, guys.